as you know, we make that great furry comedian money. Motherfuckers, we are members of the Red Roof Ready Rewards program. So we are rooming together at a con. Now this con was in a transition year between two hotels, and they were staying at a hotel that I can best describe as, you know those Trade Federation ships from Star Wars? Yeah, it's like that, fuck the back room, and shit out a Residence Inn. The hallways curved in a circle, and like 3 doors in, you didn't know where you were. It was curving off to one side, curving off to the other side, and you didn't know if there was an end to them. It was liminal space hell. So we're rooming in there, and the first night, he's sleeping in the bed. The next morning, he wakes up, and he looks at us, and he goes, you know, I can't get any rest. And we go, yeah, we know. He goes, why? He goes, you were up all fucking night. You kept getting out of your bed and walking around the room. And he goes, what? And we go, yeah. And he goes, you're fucking with me. And that's how we found out he sleepwalks.
I had no idea. Also, I sleep nude, so you know, we're good friends now.
Let me tell you, nothing wakes your ass up at 3 in the morning faster than opening your eyes and watching naked Sasquatch storm past your goddamn bed.
Yes, it does, asshole! There's another thing! Keep going!
The next night, we had people in the room, we were drinking, we were all having a good time. And I may have drank too much. And I decided I was going to go to bed. And as he pointed out, most of us sleep nude. I didn't go to bed in my bed. My bed was on the other side of the room. His bed was directly in front of the place where I blacked out. So,
By the way, if you're wondering how you wake up Boozy Badger, there is no way to wake up Boozy Badger. And I quote from their significant other, one night there was an earthquake, and it took me 2 weeks to get them to believe it. He slept through a 5-point something?
yeah.
And when they shook you to wake you up, to protect them, what did you do?
Nothing's wrong, go back to sleep. So I had fallen asleep. Now, from my perspective, here's what happened. I got tired, I got undressed, I laid in the bed, and then I woke up in the hallway. Still somewhat drunk, definitely completely nude, with no fucking clue where I was. Wandering up and down the curving hall that never ends at 3 in the morning, randomly looking at doors and saying to myself, is this my room? Walk, 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 stop in front of the door. Is this my room? Walk, 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 stop in front of the door. Is this my room? Walk, 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 stop in front of the door. Is this my room? And the door opens. And then it goes ding, and the elevator closes. The people inside decided not to get off on that floor. As I am wondering, I finally do come across our room, and I knock on the door. And that is how it happened from my perspective. He opens the door, I go in, I lay down in my bed, I go back to sleep. From his perspective...
Would you guys like to hear reality now? The beginning of the story is very accurate. I went to the restroom, came back out of the room. Boozy is asleep naked in my bed on top of the covers. I look over at Q, they look over at me. We paper, rock, scissors for where we're sleeping. I got the lone bed. Q got the 1 inch of room because they were not asleep in my bed. They were asleep in my bed!
You got an air out after a night of drinking.
Okay, seeing as the fact you screamed at the air conditioner for 5 minutes, there was no air left in that room. Alright, it's time to go to bed. Whatever, I'll go lay down here. Now, I'm a very light sleeper when I first go to sleep. It was easy for me to wake up when my friend is stumbling out of the bed. Now, this makes sense to me. You're a little tipsy. You're a little drunk. You no longer have and you're in a different bed than you thought you would be. So after they walked into two different walls and one of the same wall, I finally heard them go to the bathroom. And my only thought was, I'll just stay up for a few minutes, and I will make sure they eventually come back from the... I started waking up and realizing that my friend wasn't there. I went and checked the bathroom. And
this
the
bathroom, he
bathroom...
remembered the bathroom had a sliding door.
Oh, yeah.
So the door he heard closed was not the bathroom door.
At this point, I'm worried because, remember, I definitely knew what he was wearing. And other things. You should get that mole checked out. So, now, there is, I wouldn't call it a knocking at the door so much as random body parts being slammed against the door. I open the door and there is my very naked friend standing in a hallway going,
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. And they storm into the room, go to their own bed, and lay down for the night, which would be a wonderful end to the story until the next morning as we explain this to Q, who blissfully slept through a majority of it. They had a question. Do you guys have a question?
Yes.
Not bad. No. Q was the one who caught it. Wait a minute. Why did Boozy get up? Obviously, to go to the bathroom.
So, here's the thing. When I came into the room, I did not stop at the bathroom. I went straight to bed and fell back asleep. So, we spent the majority of the morning walking up and down the hallway near our room going... And then we came across, this was the weirdest fucking shit, because overlooking the lobby at the end of each of these hallways is a balcony. Right? Thank God the balcony was solid from about here down, that it was a balcony. And as we walk past it, I freeze and go, I remember a balcony. Which means if you were at a certain Hilton in Virginia about 5 months ago, and you were in the lobby at about 2:33 a.m. and you looked up and you thought you saw a naked fat comedian staring at you, yeah. The absolute best part though was we went down to Conops the next day, right? So we're down there, and I am telling a friend of mine about this encounter. When the hotel liaison walks in, and we don't hear much of the conversation, but we do hear the hotel liaison say, "We never caught the nudist, though." It was 2 floors up. There were 2 of us wandering the hotel naked that night, and one of them was wearing a fox head.
I wouldn't put it past you. But still, this was a mystery the entire day until the moment finally happened. We've told you a few blackout stories. We've told you a few drunken stories. But you know those moments where things just click into place? Where recollection takes over? You know when his recollection took over? Later in the day, we're standing at the elevator. We hear ding. We hear him gasp, and with people standing around us, the wonderful, intelligent, knows when to shut up QM goes, "Oh, you pissed in an elevator."
Now the sad thing is, we spent the rest of that day going, we can never tell that story on stage. And that may make you wonder why we decided to tell it tonight. Because this isn't the first time we've told that story. Because that evening we had a stage show at that convention. And in the front row was the concha, the entire board, and the hotel liaison. And about halfway through I went, you know what? Fuck it. I don't like driving here every year anyways.
It's fun. I love going to conventions because you will see things here that you have never seen before. I do apologize. I used to remember the name of it, but I do a lot of drugs and I forgot.
Good answer.
I was invited to a wonderful party called